Dad and Mom focused on the eradication of the triple evils of poverty, racism, and violence. And clearly, those evils are still very much with us. But when we work together, come together, become unified, bring more civility, particularly into the political space that reverberates throughout the country, then maybe we can one day finally realize the dream.
All right, in today's Spotlight, remembering the dream of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. today on what would have been his 95th birthday. As the nation reflects on the enduring legacy of the civil rights icon, Americans across the country are celebrating the hard-won civil rights that he fought for. As his son, Martin Luther King III, said in that clip, his father fought to eradicate evils, poverty, racism, and violence. So I want to bring back our panel here. Mike, Sarah, Christina, and Asma, thank you for staying with us. And Christina, let's start here with you. Are you seeing Dr. King's dream being realized right now by young Americans? And if so, how so?
I mean, it's hard to say perhaps that there is no American that has had a greater impact than Dr. King Jr. on our country. You know, he pushed us to confront our history and also forge a new future where every single American could be seen as equal. Today, young people are now the most diverse generation in American history. We benefit from everything he fought for. So it's hard to overstate what his life achieved and also understate how much more has to be done. Look, his birthday is falling on the Iowa caucuses, which I think is interesting given that Nikki Haley questioned that slavery even had a role to play in the Civil War. We have Ron DeSantis, one of the candidates who has banned books, not allowing children in Florida to learn about their in Latino history, and Donald Trump, who has said immigrants are poisoning the blood of this country. So I think Dr. King Jr. would be calling on young people today to turn out and vote for a future where there's a place for every single one of us.
And you heard his son talk about civility needed in politics. Asma, your thoughts on Dr. King's dream and where we are today?
Yeah, I mean, we are seeing a number of issues, whether it's voting rights, issues around books and the teaching of history, really come under, I think, political pressure, particularly from folks on the far right. You know, one thing I've noticed that you hear the Biden campaign and you hear the White House talk a lot about democracy and freedom being under threat. Obviously, issues that would have been very important to Dr. King. What worries me, though, I think, as someone who is a watcher of politics, is that when these issues are viewed as partisan, I mean, it makes it really challenging. Then it seems like the Democratic Party is the party that is purportedly for democracy, and as if Republicans aren't. And that's not a good place for this country to be in. And I think we as a country and all of us citizens sort of need to figure out where we stand collectively on these issues.
And Sarah, too, you can respond there as well, but also I know you've honed in on Dr. King Jr. discussing free speech and the opportunity for counter-arguments, and the people in power, be it federal or state, are they remembering that right now?
No. You know, we've talked already about banning books, for instance, and you have in Florida under Republican rule trying to get rid of books that they don't like. You've got in blue states like Oregon banning To Kill a Mockingbird in some school districts. You know, there's different things you can reflect on Martin Luther King's birthday every single year. And I think for this year, it's a reminder that he had to have the right of free speech, the right to have what was unpopular speech in his day in order to persuade. And there had to be people willing to listen and be persuaded. And that's something that I think we could all spend more time reflecting on this year on his birthday, as there are so many parts of his legacy to remember.
Certainly. And Mike, where is America today? How far we've come, how far we still have to go, right?
Today is a unique MLK Day celebration as we enter the presidential election cycle, as many of the things that Dr. King was fighting for after 6 years of progress, we're still fighting for that right now, which is diversity and economic opportunity within the workforce, looking at D&I under attack, diversity and opportunity within the educational systems, with that being under attack, and also, too, expansion of everybody's right to vote and have access to the ballot box. That is under attack today, which is exactly what he was fighting for 60 years ago. I was looking at some of the comments from the Martin Luther King Center. They were issuing certain statements and quotes from his previous sermons. And one that really stood out to me, Kana, was when he talked about, and I paraphrase, that a church that is not fighting for justice is a church that is becoming irrelevant to society. And so the question I'm thinking about right now is, what is going to be the role of the church going forward fighting for justice, as I believe that they have begun to regress on that fight?
All right, Mike, Sarah, Christina, and Asma, thank you all, as always.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.